Say what kind of camera I use?
Yeah.
It's a Logitech webcam. It's damn, what is it? Hold on. Shoot. I gotta look up the name. I can give you the name of it though.
What's going on, fellas?
Hey, what's going on, man?
It's popping.
You can hear us fine?
Hey, y'all good? Y'all hear me good?
Yeah. Coming in nice.
It's not too low or too high, is it?
No, you should be all right.
All right, let me see, because this is my first time on here. I know the app because my son be using this with him and his boys when they be gaming and shit.
Mm.
I can even turn you up on my end if I need to.
Okay. Because, communication. Yep. Output. No input. Input device.
I think even you'll see a little like thing where it says video connected. Next to it, it'll say like a noise suppression button.
Yeah.
If you want to hit that, you can use that as well.
All right. I think I'm good. I hear y'all perfectly.
All right. So how you doing?
I'm chilling, man. I'm excited. I'm ready to watch some football be played, man.
Same. I don't know if I introduced myself. I'm Rio. I go by Rio 1 here on the podcast.
We shout out to a fellow Rio.
Yeah. Like Kev got to deal with both of us,
Yeah.
Let's get it, man.
All right. So everybody ready?
Let's go.
Yeah.
All right. So we're going to hop into the intro here and then we'll go from there. You know what I mean?
I ain't even trying. I'm sorry this took so long because I got to run in like 10, 15 minutes.
Yeah, we'll jump straight into it. We'll talk some football, talk Commanders, and get your thoughts on the upcoming season.
Let's get it.
Yo, what up, everybody? Welcome to another episode of the LeJit podcast. We're your hosts. I am Rio 1.
I'm KNK.
And we're back, joined by a special guest today. He is a football fan. He's a Commanders fan. He is the host of the Rambling with Rio podcast. Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for Rio Robison.
Hey, happy to be here, man. Thank y'all for shooting the invite.
Man, we appreciate you for joining us, sharing some time. We ain't gonna hold you up. We know you got things to do, so we're gonna hop straight into it. You are a Commanders fan. What you think about? It feels weird saying that because it's like I got so used to Washington football team. So how do you feel about the
honestly at this point, like I create so much content, it rolls off the tongue naturally at this point. I'm programmed to say Commanders at this point. I'm so used to it, and it comes off better than football team at the end of the day. I'll take it, bro. I can't be walking around like, yo, I'm a fan of the football team. Which one? Like, I was tired of that, bro. I was tired of that shit for real, man.
When I first heard Washington football team, I was like, oh no, they need to.
Yeah, that one was bad. The gear looked like it was fresh out your local gas station. Like it was not the move.
Exactly.
Man. It was not the move.
All right, man. So the draft just happened. I believe you guys took a wide receiver number 1, right?
Yep, Jahan Dotson out of Penn State. And that's, although I threw a little tantrum on draft night because I had an affinity. Fans, we get an affinity and we fall in love with certain prospects. So I see Chris Olave and Jameson Williams on the board. But we ended up flipping the pick 11 into a whole bunch of things and possibly the quarterback of the future. So I ain't mad at it at all anymore.
Speaking of quarterbacks, okay, so I gotta let you know, I'm a Colts fan. Mm-hmm. All right, we had Wentz on our team last year. Mm-hmm. Wasn't a fan. I'm gonna be honest with you. I was not a fan.
Listen, y'all have seen great quarterback play in your franchise before. I'm a 30-year-old Washington fan. I will take what he gives all day of the week and twice on Sundays, bro. Because we started a backup XFL quarterback for 16 games last year. Not a starting XFL quarterback, an XFL backup for someone who's never even had a shot in the league, Jordan Tiamu. He was his backup, bro. That's what we had to play. I will take 27 touchdowns, 7 interceptions here with open arms. Come on down, Commander Carson, man.
Y'all gave him a nickname already?
I'll be Commander Carson. Come on down, bro.
All right. Well, we want to thank y'all, on behalf of Coast Nation for taking him off our hands, opening the door for Matt Ryan to walk in to Indy to do his thing. So we appreciate that,
We'll gladly take him, man. And to be honest, I think he got more to work with here than he had in Indianapolis.
I definitely think it's a better fit for him. I think the division is a better division for him. And, I think great things can happen over there, especially when you guys got Ron Rivera over there. I think it's a great coach.
Yeah. And honestly, I think y'all pigeonholed him and tried to make a game manager out of him when he's a gunslinger, and that really doesn't work. It doesn't work really either way. Like when we tried to make Alex Smith, who is check down Jesus, throw the ball more than 30 times in a game, that didn't work. Making Carson Wentz throw under 30 times a game doesn't work because he's a volume passer. So, there's fit and scheme matters when it comes to players succeeding and not succeeding in this league. And that's why so many busts turn out in this league, because they just pick guys with no plans for them sometimes.
Now I feel on that. We definitely didn't have the wide receiver core to, help him out in that regard too. I mean, speaking of you guys' division, like not a lot of moves being made except on you guys' end. I think, Philly got the AJ Brown. My thing with Philly is I don't think they have the quarterback necessary to
me neither
get them anywhere. The Cowboys are the Cowboys. Right? We can all agree.
Always.
I think if anybody who's not a Cowboys fan is anti-Cowboy, so
They're the worst. It's their fans' fault, man.
Oh my God, I can't stand to hear Cowboy fans talk. So delusional, like
it's their year every year.
Yeah,
every year. Hey, I'm not gonna let this guy off the hook neither. He's a Packer fan.
I'm a Packer fan.
It's their year every year too.
I respect it, bro. Y'all got Aaron Rodgers. Y'all have a chance every year, bro.
I
won't even disrespect it, bro. He gonna roll out with these no-name receivers and still win 13 games this year.
Exactly.
I believe that too. But it's like, man,
I feel comfortable where we are. Honestly, I think we'll still be number one in our conference yet again. So I'm not really worried about it. And we got our defense better off over the draft. So I feel good.
If that boy Christian Watson learn how to catch the ball, it's over.
Oh yeah. That's all we need.
I do think the Commanders do have a good shot at winning division. It seems like it's their year to win in this division. I don't.
I mean to cut you off. But my question for you? Well, what's your expectation for y'all?
If we don't win, our floor this year needs to be 9 wins because we don't have the excuses of years past. Like we're in year 3 of Ron Rivera. We're not rolling out 5 quarterbacks this year. His first year, we had the Allen, Haskins, Smith, Heineke show. Last year, our quarterback we signed and paid $10 million hurt his hip on the first play of the second quarter, and we had to start an XFL quarterback for 16 games. And Chase Young tore his ACL, and Montez Sweat broke his jaw. And Chase Young wasn't good when he did play the 10 weeks last year. He had a sack and a half in 10 weeks. This year, there is no excuses. You have an actual NFL quarterback. You have a rounded out running back room, receiver room. The line's good. And the defense is set up to succeed. There are no excuses. And we're not coming off a first place schedule like last year. On paper, I don't get in the whole easy wins thing. It's the NFL. Bad teams beat good teams every day. Yeah. We have on paper the 32nd hardest schedule in the league, meaning if they can't get to the playoffs with this schedule, that says a lot. We look real funny in the light, man.
I feel it. I feel like with the Colts, it's the same thing. We got a pretty easy schedule, considering we play Jacksonville and Houston.
I ain't beat Jacksonville since 2015,
which is crazy, right? You would think.
That's why everybody like the Apollo Wentz lost to the Jag. They ain't beat them in Jacksonville in 7 years, bro. Like,
which is crazy. Doesn't matter who's a QB. It just has to happen. You know, the league is getting better all around, but I feel like, you know, some teams are, you know, lagging behind. You know, I feel like with our teams, at least they're making progress.
Yeah, I would say so. And I'm used to such bad football here. Like, I'm very, I can commend what we're doing here. We have an actual respectable head coach, and Dan Snyder is not coming off his yacht making stupid decisions anymore. You know, I mean, he's in court fighting like 12 different pending cases. Keep his ass in court and let the football people make football decisions, man.
Right.
I feel it. You know, all right. I mean, we don't want to hold you too long. I don't know how much time you have left here.
Yeah, I'm free to hop on with y'all whenever, man. Y'all keep it real. Y'all are cool dudes, and y'all are fans of real franchises. I would love to hear more about being a fan of one of those bad boys.
Of course.
Sure.
Now, let people know where they can find you, man.
They can find me on social media at Rio_Robinson91 on Twitter and Instagram, and on YouTube, Rambling with Rio, or just search Rio Robinson. I recently just titled the YouTube channel Rio Robinson because that's my name. I'm the brand, but the channel is about Rambling with Rio. We ramble about the Commanders. I'm going to be doing reaction videos on the channel, all kinds of stuff, gaming. I'm going to be opening it up and expanding to more stuff, and we'll see the Colts. I think we got both of y'all on our schedule this year, too. We do. We got the Colts coming to FedEx. No, we're going to Indy, and we got Green Bay coming to FedEx, so we got some stuff to talk about.
Oh yeah, you know. You'll be back.
Yeah, when I bring you back, I can rub it in your face and tell you how.
Carson coming to Lucas Oil in the all-black unis, and we coming for war.
All right, man. Rio, man, we appreciate you for coming on.
Yeah, appreciate it, man.
Thank you. Y'all be easy, man.
Have a good one.
Appreciate it, man.
You too, man.
Nice dude, man. Nice dude.
Yeah.
Well, from football, you know, what the Packers moves in the draft?
We got our first move was a linebacker. Then we got a defensive end. Then the second day we got Christian Wood, and the rest of the stuff was receivers and O-line.
Okay. Yeah, so you know, with the Colts, it was pretty obvious what we had to do in the draft. We didn't have a first round pick. Second day of the draft, we went receiver first. Mm-hmm. We had to get a receiver. We got the receiver from Houston, and then we went tight end, and we went, I believe we went safety, and we went offensive tackle. Then we went safety. So.
What was the black quarterback that everybody was high on before the draft? Willis Malik, something like that.
Yeah.
I saw he went to Baltimore.
Right, which is shocking, right? Like,
yeah, they
have no need for a quarterback. I didn't even think they had a need for a backup, because what happened to their backup quarterback? Did he leave?
Because for the longest, remember, it was RG3.
And then it was what's his name? And I thought he was a good backup. I said he could be a starting QB in the league. What happened to him? I forgot his name, man.
I forget. Yeah, I forget.
I forgot his name. He actually has an arm on him. He has a better arm on him than Lamar Jackson. It's just that Lamar Jackson has the legs to,
I mean, I was more surprised that he even made it to the second day as far as, being selected, because I would have for sure thought he would have been one of the number one one of the number one quarterbacks, being picked on the first day. But he's going to the Ravens.
Yeah, poor Baker Mayfield, man. Baker was seconds away from being traded to Carolina in a draft, and then last second Carolina backed out and drafted a quarterback. It's just crazy to me. I believe they drafted Sam Howell, something like that.
Mm.
So I mean, Baker stuck in Cleveland.
Unless not for sure. I don't remember. I know Pittsburgh was in talks with them about seeing what they wanted to do with Baker. I don't know if they still are, but it looks like he ain't going nowhere.
Yeah. It's like at this point you just release him, right? And then like he signs wherever.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, I'm not gonna feel pity for Baker.
No.
Because his numbers were horrible last year. And but it's just kind of like, damn, like, what if it ain't him?
Yeah.
It's like, because he's a great college quarterback. He was a great college quarterback. What if it ain't him? This might be a system thing, a city thing, team thing. Like, it could be anything, really.
I mean, I have no idea. Because how long has he been in the league? Maybe 4 years?
He's going on 4, right? He's going on 4 now.
Yeah. You've been in the league for this while. You've had a solid defense for the most part. You've had some receivers. You've had a solid running back. The best team you've had your whole career was last year. And you still couldn't get it done.
Yeah, and probably the best team the Browns will ever see.
Yeah.
They franchise, so I don't know. Any chance on? I know this is a taboo thing in football. Any chance we see Colin get signed this year?
Do I want it to happen? Of course. Do I think it will happen? No. Although I will say that the only team that I saw that said that they welcome him with open arms was, I just blanked on my head. It wasn't the Patriots. I forgot what team it was, but it was one team that said they would welcome him with open arms. They haven't done anything. So I don't, it's one of them situations I'm not going to believe in until I see it. But
what was it the Falcons? I thought for sure he was going to get signed by the Falcons as a backup.
As a backup, though?
Yeah, because they got Marcus Mariota. Yeah, right.
After what he did, getting drafted to the league, that man should not be starting for no team.
Right.
That man disappointed me.
If you tell me, like, isn't Kaepernick the better version of Mariota?
Yeah.
It's like what? It didn't make any sense.
And because I remember distinctively those matchups. They would say, who's better, Jameis Winston or Mariota? Oregon versus Florida State. They niggas going hard. He goes to the league. If I'm not mistaken, he was number 2.
Yeah. You
go to Tennessee and stink it up. That's just ridiculous.
What's crazy is like people. I know a lot of people like to bring up Kaepernick's numbers, like his last few years in the league. Like it was the last 2, I think. Man, it wasn't the same 49ers team. The man virtually had nobody there. This is before the 49ers got Debo and all these other guys.
Yeah.
Frank Gore was there, but the nigga was like 48. It's like, of course his numbers are going to go down. If we go back and look at his Super Bowl year, like the numbers are great. He did what he had to do. I don't understand why people have the perception of like Colin Kaepernick can't play QB. Like, where did that come from? You know what I mean? Not the most conventional QB, has a weird throwing mechanism, and yeah, but the man could still throw the ball. He could sling the ball. He's played baseball. He can sling the ball and he can use his legs to get out of certain situations. So why wouldn't you want a dual threat quarterback?
Oh, my apologies. I gotta go back. it was the Titans that got Malik Willis, not the Ravens.
Oh, the Titans.
So all that points to Ryan Tannehill being out of there.
Yeah,
out of the lineup.
The Titans, that's another interesting one too. The Titans, because they seemingly was like done, right? They're like, okay, we're not going nowhere. They let AJ Brown go,
which is crazy.
They went and drafted a QB in a draft, so it's seeming, and then they let some of good big name free agents leave. They let a Pro Bowl offensive tackle leave, and it's like, are the Titans over there just rebuilding? Because like, y'all were Super Bowl like favorites last year, bro.
Yeah, exactly. Y'all had the best running back in the league. Still is. You have. In my all right, here we go. All right, to the majority, you had a great young receiver who you targeted every time you threw. And you had a great O-line. And y'all just could never get over that hump.
They just got outswagged by, Joe Shiesty,
which is crazy. Which is crazy.
Shiesty had to put it on them. I mean, I'm looking forward to this NFL season. I'm not gonna put my expectations too high, but whatever happens, happens. But the pressure is on Matt Ryan. I'm just saying.
I don't think so. I don't think y'all should have pressure on him.
I'm not gonna put too much pressure on him.
Let him do what he do.
I can't say that we ain't got no receivers, man. We desperately need a big name receiver over there.
That's what I was going to ask him and get both of y'all, perspective on that. With us knowing now draft is over. We're still in the off season. There are a list of big name free agents still out there. You know what I'm saying? Who do y'all think y'all gonna get? Where do you think each person's gonna go?
I would love to have Julio.
Mm-hmm.
I would love to have Julio over there, just to like. With Julio on our team, it's just that he's a receiver you just can't keep your eyes off of, right? If you're a defense,
right? So
he's gonna open it up for all your other receivers, tight ends, and Matt Ryan and Julio reunited, so it make all the sense in the world.
Well, the thing is, does Julio want to be with Matt Ryan?
Well, they were good. They were tight in Atlanta. It's just Atlanta failed them too. It wasn't so much, Atlanta failed them. The coach over in Atlanta failed them. But Julio know Matt Ryan is gonna feed him that ball. That's what Julio wants, right? Somebody who's gonna feed him the ball.
But yeah, exactly. I think that's why he didn't like playing with the Titans for those 2 years, because Tannehill just did not look his way. But I think everybody has the same mindset when it comes to Julio, is he's not who he used to be. So can he be your number one receiver? Maybe not. But he could for sure be your number two.
I think any team who pick up Julio just want him on that field, because it's like he could still burn you. Like he can still burn you. He ain't the same, but you take your eyes off Julio, he down the field for 50. So he can still burn you.
Julio, you got Odell. What you think about Odell?
We'd love to have Odell when he's healthy. He won't be able to play until like midway through the season, probably like towards the back end of the season, actually. So.
Is it worth it?
Not. I mean, it depends on how much you're going to pay him for the year.
I mean, honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if a team just offer him a 1 year.
That's what I'm saying. But if I'm Odell, I'm also betting on myself and taking the 1 year. Because if I outplay what is expected of me, then I'm gonna get a big time contract next year. And if it's not looking so good, then I could just potentially resign at the team I was at and go from there.
Jarvis Landry.
Jarvis Landry needs to. I think Jarvis Landry can benefit from like a great quarterback. I don't think you can put Jarvis Landry with a good quarterback. Route running is great, speed not all the way to where it should be. He needs a great quarterback. He needs the Aaron Rodgers of the world. He needs the Tom Brady's of the world. He needs a great quarterback who's gonna hit him in his chest. Like he's out there running routes. Would be a great pickup.
But with Josh Allen.
Josh Allen would be great, actually. And they actually might need another receiver over there.
Yeah, because wasn't it Watkins and
Sammy Watkins ended up leaving. Sammy Watkins
yeah,
is I forgot who
but
he's playing for.
he's in Green Bay. He's in Green
Oh,
Bay
right,
now.
right, right.
But last year, wasn't it? They had Sammy and who's the other receiver? I'm
Diggs, right?
blanking on
No, Diggs.
Diggs.
Yeah,
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 Diggs.
Stephon. Yeah,
They have a tight end over there. They need another receiver. Buffalo.
you're right.
I think that's a lot of teams need that. Like receiving core for a lot of teams is it's not there, bro. I couldn't even tell you who has the best receiving core. I really couldn't. Maybe Miami.
Think so?
Miami's lacking tight ends. That's Miami's problem.
Maybe you got Tampa Bay. You got
Tampa does have a great, yeah.
You got Arizona as well.
Yeah. Well, this is Arizona with Fitzgerald, right? Like,
no. Because DeAndre Hopkins and who's the other guy they just traded for? Was it AJ? No, they want AJ Brown. They just got a big name receiver, but they looking pretty good too.
I can't really say there's a standout receiving core.
People were saying Las Vegas.
Last year it was the Rams. Like you had Odell and oh boy,
Cooper.
Yeah. But this year I can't even tell you who. I couldn't even tell you. Potentially
Green Bay.
keep the Chiefs? Okay. Green Bay's right there with us, buddy.
I mean, the only thing with the Chiefs, I don't like the fact that they still have the great tight end.
Yeah.
Arguably the best tight end in the league, right? But you gave up the fastest receiver in the league and replace him. Well, I'm gonna give it to the Chiefs. Because although they lost Tyreek, they replaced him with Juju, my bad. And then also they took Valdez away from us.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'll give it to them. That's a nice little receiving core.
Yeah. It ain't the threat that it used to be, but it is a nice.
Yeah. They're not nearly as fast as they used to be, so you don't have to worry about the deep balls at least. But
yeah,
Tyrann Mathieu.
I don't know where he would go. I don't know. He wants to be with a contender though.
Because he's been with the Chiefs for this long, right?
Yeah.
He got one ring.
Well, he was with the Cardinals and then he was the Chiefs.
I mean, who needs a safety?
Everybody. Everybody needs a safety.
I mean, but like, who desperately needs safeties? Because right now, I know we got pretty good safeties.
We do too.
I know Tampa Bay's safeties are iffy.
I mean, we'll take them. You know what I mean?
I mean, yeah, who would, right?
But Tampa Bay looks like they're one of those teams who need a safety. The Bengals need a safety.
Yeah. That niggas need a couple things.
No shots to Mr. Apple, but you know.
Oh no, all shots to that nigga.
But the Bengals need a safety because what he got, what Cooper did to him was just that's borderline racism.
Yeah, that nigga went on Twitter talking and couldn't back it up. It's crazy. I'm gonna do the last one. Who I think is very interesting, who I've been wanting my own self, Jadeveon Clowney.
I feel like Clowney is a project. He is a project. I feel like in the right system, right defensive coach, Clowney. You don't need Clowney to be his former self. You just need him to be disruptive.
Right.
Like how Von Miller is disruptive. Like Von Miller's not his former self, but Von Miller's disruptive enough to allow somebody like Aaron Donald to do what he do.
Exactly. Without being able to double team. Right.
Yeah. That's all you need from Clowney.
I would love to have him on Green Bay. We don't need him, but I would love to have him.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, he does need to go to a proven team. I feel like with all these guys, they can't go to anywhere where they're not winning. There's no winning culture. But
I don't know. I mean, he would be nice for y'all. Even I'll give it to whenever Rio comes back, I'll tell him he will look good in the Commanders jersey. Him and Chase Young.
Him and Chase Young would be nice. I think him there would free up Chase Young.
Yeah.
Rio was saying how Chase Young numbers were like pedestrian, but like Chase Young was just Chase Young. You know what I mean? So he's double, triple on every pass rush. And like Chase Young is still disruptive. Like even though he wasn't getting the sacks, he's still disruptive, bro. Like that, you got to keep eyes on him at all times.
And we're going into his third year.
Yeah.
So all the high expectations of your rookie and sophomore season are behind you. He's dealt with an unfortunate injury. So yeah, I expect a good season from him. And like Rio said, there's no excuses as far as their team goes. So
the Commanders are getting better, and they got the right coach over there. They got the right system, and I think that division allows Wentz to be Wentz.
Right.
He couldn't come to our division in our conference really in the AFC and compete with those QBs. There's too many QBs over there to compete with.
Yep, I agree.
So, but
let's shift it over to our neck of the woods.
Right, to NBA basketball. First round over, done with. We saw who all advanced. Listing them off, the winners of the series: Heat, Sixers, Celtics, Bucks. On the other side, you had Phoenix, Dallas, Golden State, Memphis, all advanced. As we do this podcast now, Milwaukee's playing Boston, and Milwaukee is now taking off on Boston as we speak, with no Middleton. So like, and I said game one, and I was speaking with friend Sway last night at work, and I was just like, game one is so pivotal in this series. I thought whoever would win game one would just have the ultimate advantage moving forward. That you could say that like by virtually any series, right? But I just feel like there's some teams who are built to make comebacks and some who just aren't. And I feel like if Boston falls in a hole, they're not built to climb out of that hole.
Yeah, Boston's the type of team that if they have a lead, they'll keep it.
Right.
If they go down, they're not, saying they can't really make that comeback.
Yeah.
But.
And I told people, man, people was asking me, they was like, well, you saw what Boston did to Brooklyn. And I was like,
two different teams.
That Milwaukee defense is, people are saying Boston defense is scary. Milwaukee's defense is just as scary, if not scarier. Because every time you go into the paint, you staring down two 7-footers realistically, right? Like Brook Lopez and Giannis. This man Giannis is a freak of nature, so anything you put up, it might as well call it like a block.
And it's kind of funny because the Brooklyn series, people amped up the Grant Williams, of him being a great defender on KD, and then now he's going into the series like, if I can guard KD, I can guard Giannis.
Nah, buddy.
It's not the same.
Buddy. That dude over there weighs $180 soaking wet. This dude is a good 280 over here. All muscle.
Right.
This man is built for power, bro. Your little thick ass ain't gonna be guarding.
Right.
Giannis don't see none of that. You better be a center if you guarding Giannis. You better be an actual big man if you're guarding Giannis. That's crazy. Yeah. Can I talk about Brooklyn real quick? Because people are prisoners of the moment.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm not making an excuse for Brooklyn's play. I'm just making an excuse for Brooklyn's season. Think about it, y'all. Brooklyn came into the season telling themselves, we're going to have KD, Kyrie, and Harden. Steve Nash is telling himself, with Harden as my point guard, I can run this 6-second or less offense.
Mm-hmm.
COVID is happening.
Right.
New York has these protocols. Kyrie can't play for most of the season. Well, at the beginning of the season, he couldn't play at all.
Right.
So Kyrie missing all these games. This team never was together. They gave up in order to get Harden, they gave up Jared Allen. You saw how great he was in Cleveland. Karis LeVert, you saw how great he was. And all these other Spencer Dinwiddie. And you see how great Spencer Dinwiddie's been for Dallas. To get Harden. Harden comes in. Nobody knows if somebody got their heart in something. Harden came over to Brooklyn, didn't give them his all, bro. He just did. The fact that Harden used Kyrie as an excuse to us, like, oh, he don't want to play, he don't want to get the vaccine, and now I'm not feeling this team, I want off this team. You're just using that as an excuse because, in my opinion, you and KD is enough. I feel like if Harden plays up to his standards and he has a KD with him, that should be enough. So, okay,
should be.
Harden wants out.
Right.
If you're Brooklyn, what do? You take the best deal available. You go get Ben Simmons, Seth Curry, Andre Drummond. Mm-hmm. Okay. Ben Simmons never plays. He comes there, he never plays. So if I'm the management and I'm Steve Nash, I'm like, I can't put my team together for nothing. I'm working with what I got. Kyrie's finally able to play late in the season. Him and KD playing okay. Of course, if I'm in the playoffs and I'm a team, I'm like, let's just triple team KD. Because who else is going to beat us? Especially if I got a good enough defender in Marcus Smart who can hold his own against Kyrie.
Yeah.
Kyrie who doesn't, I'm not going to make no excuse, but I don't feel like Kyrie had his full legs underneath him. He's also going through Ramadan, which means he's not eating for most part of the day. And I don't know about y'all, but when I don't eat, I don't have the strength to do anything. You know what I mean?
If and I know people were giving Stephen A. Smith, this is the rare occasion where he's been right, in my opinion. If you want to blame the dysfunction or the failure of the season on someone, I would put it on Kyrie.
I wouldn't put it on Kyrie.
I would.
You gotta understand, the mandate is what screwed Kyrie over.
Right.
Kyrie would be playing basketball if there was no mandate in New York. It ain't Kyrie saying people want to force the man to get the vaccine. We can't force him to do anything.
Right. I agree with that.
It's when New York lifted. If we're gonna blame somebody in terms of Kyrie, we gotta blame the mayor of New York, because he's the one who held that in place until the Yankees needed to play baseball, and he felt like, oh, now the Yankees need my breadwinner needs to play baseball, so let me lift the mandate.
I mean, I can see that. I just think yet again, I'm all for people choosing what they want to do in their life, and it's all your choice. I don't care what nobody else says. So Kyrie has every right to choose, his decisions on what he wants to do with his own body. I totally agree with that. But my thing is, for you to go to New York City, Brooklyn to be exact, with Kevin Durant, and y'all team up with all the expectations of y'all having multiple finals appearances.
Yeah.
And for y'all to finally both be healthy after 2 or 3 years? The 3 years of being together. Mm-hmm. Y'all finally both healthy. The thing says you have to take the vaccine. You don't take it. Okay, that's fine. But the reason we didn't have the whole season to jail and get comfortable in chemistry is because you weren't here. Then on top of that, our other player, James Harden, gets traded. So now we have new players to implement. On top of you coming back and trying to get you in the rhythm as well. So all of that stuff not developing and coming together causes dysfunction and no chemistry. And I will say this, on top of that, the playoffs, I put some of that blame on also Steve Nash. Nash not making the right adjustments in the playoffs, which to his point, he had a limited amount of things he could do. Because Blake played the last 2 games of the series. He had little sparks here and there. He wasn't much of a factor. LaMarcus Aldridge didn't play at all.
Yeah.
Ben Simmons didn't play at all.
That's the guy we have to point at. And bro, like, I was like, all right, I felt a little bad for Ben Simmons earlier this year because I was like, man, people just putting it all on him, right? And feel it with the whole Philadelphia situation. I was like, hey, you can't put it all on him now,
Right. But
seeing how he just did not want to come back and play basketball this year, bro. Like you, I'm not gonna call you out your name on here, bro. But like, come on, Ben, like, bro.
You wuss.
Yeah, man. Like, get out there and play basketball, bro. Your back hurt, nigga. My back hurt most of the days I wake up, bro. I still go play basketball, bro. You can play through that pain.
And yeah, for you to say it's a mental thing that's causing your pain in the back, it's like, come on, man. Nah, you haven't played in a whole year.
Draymond actually had an actual back injury this year. Came back in the playoffs and guarded Joker. You know how much taxing of a toll it is to guard Joker with a back problem?
And played good.
Yeah. Did the best he can with Joker. Because, I mean, how can you guard Joker?
Yeah.
So it's like, I don't want to hear it, bro. Ben Simmons, you got some self-reflecting to do. When it comes to KD, people gave KD a lot of flack. I'm going to let y'all know this now. KD suffered one of the worst injuries in basketball.
Yeah.
2 years ago. KD's realistically not supposed to be here. When you get an Achilles tear in basketball, you're done.
To be fair, I got 2 things. One, with the Ben Simmons thing, I think the whole gist, I don't know if everybody feels the same way, but for me, it's more of not the fact that you're hurt and you're not playing. It's just the fact, like, you could have just at least gone out there and tried.
Yeah.
Whether it was minutes restriction or whatever case it be, at least go out there and try.
Yeah. That's all you had to be out there. And the reason Brooklyn just couldn't was there. You saw their offense was stagnant. Is they had no playmaker.
Yeah.
They needed somebody to bring that ball up the court and make the plays for them. And that would have been you, but you're not out there, bro.
They relied on Bruce Brown to make pick and roll passes, which is crazy.
It's like, it's not gonna happen, bro. It's not. Ben should have been out there, man. KD coming off an Achilles tear. When he was playing for Brooklyn, KD was averaging about 42 minutes a game.
Yeah.
He's not supposed to be doing that. He's not supposed to be in that situation, bro.
And I blame Steve Nash for that. Well, I want to blame Steve, but at the same time, like I said, you really can't, because what other options does he have?
Doesn't have a backup small forward they can put out there.
Exactly.
Nothing. They traded all their assets away for James Harden, which is like, goes back to the James Harden coming in, disrupting that team. Like, I feel like if we left Brooklyn be without the whole James Harden trade, I think Brooklyn would be fine right now.
What did they trade for Harden?
They traded Karis LeVert, Spencer Dinwiddie, and Jared Allen.
To who?
LeVert and Allen. LeVert ended up going to the Pacers, and
it was a 3-team trade, right?
Yeah. And then they essentially just let go Dinwiddie because they wanted to bring Harden in. But they could have signed back Dinwiddie if they didn't trade for Harden. And that's another player that you would have benefited of having And then you would have had LeVert to relieve KD of his minutes.
Yeah.
And you got Jared Allen in the middle playing, having being the big man that you need.
And Claxton coming off the bench.
Yeah.
Simple. But yeah, I mean,
the minute that Harden was like, well, Brooklyn wasn't my first choice anyway. It was Philadelphia. It was always Philly. I knew, I was like, this man's a whole bitch, bro. I was like, you say that now, bro? Like, come on. You should have never came here.
Exactly. But I will say this: he has no option but to win the chip this year. Harden? You don't win the chip this year, Harden. You have nothing. You can say nothing else.
Well, it's looking pretty slim because we're about to get into these second round predictions, and I will explain why it is slim. I mean, like I said, Boston and Milwaukee's playing as of right now. Milwaukee took off on Boston 4 quarters, game's over.
Yeah.
Nope. So who do you got for that series though?
Let's see. This is the toughest one in my opinion. Going into the series, everybody would have had probably Boston at 7. Looking at this,
the Boston fans are leaving the game. 2 minutes left. Where's your devotion? Where's your devotion, bro? I already said it. Like I was telling guys, without Middleton, I felt like this can go 7 anyway. Because their defense is that good. With Middleton, this would have been. I don't think it would have been close with Middleton.
I think the series determined. The game that determines the series will be game number 2. Milwaukee comes in here and whoops Boston at home. I understand that. If Boston goes down 0-2, Milwaukee's done. Milwaukee's winning the series. If Boston comes out and wins game 2, then we possibly could be having game 7. The 7 games.
Yeah. I picked Milwaukee in 7.
This is a tough one.
I'm going Bucks in 7. I'm sticking with my finals pick.
Okay. Yeah. I'll go Bucks in 7.
So we have Miami versus Philly, which is also an interesting series. Kyle Lowry will be ready to go. Jimmy Butler says he's game time decision. Joel Embiid will miss the series for the time being with an orbital fracture.
Mm-hmm.
Who you got?
I got Miami in 5. I got Miami in 5.
I'm right there with you. Realistically, man, great game by Philly in that game 6 against Toronto. Because had Toronto won that game 6, you best believe. You best believe Toronto would have won that series.
And Doc's getting fired.
Yeah.
Again.
Hell of a adjustment by Nick Nurse, though. Nick Nurse is quite the coach. But Miami 5.
Nice. Yeah, easily.
Switching over to the Western Conference. Today we have Golden State, Memphis.
I'm gonna go Warriors in 6.
That's the trending slang on Twitter. Warriors in 6. Okay, as a Warriors fan, unbiasedly, I'm picking Warriors in 6. But my gut is like, I don't feel good about it because as a person who knows his team, I know that we play down to our competition. We do it every single time. We're better. We are way better than Denver. Way better than Denver. And we proved that in the first couple of games against Denver when we were blowing them out. And then we just played down to Denver's competition.
That went 6, right?
That went 5.
Oh, yeah. I mean, yeah.
But the games were closer than they should have been.
Right.
Like, they was way too close to my comfort. Even though them guys were putting up numbers, like Steph, Clay, and Poole were putting up damn near 30.
Yeah.
Damn near 30 a game. But like the defense could be way better. Steve Kerr has to be better with the adjustments and the rotations. I don't trust Steve Kerr's rotations. I feel like
Is Iggy in the rotation?
Iggy is out right now. They hope to have him back at some point during the series.
That nigga might as well be on the coaching staff, man.
That's what I said. I said you just taking up a roster spot. Let Gary Payton get those minutes.
Yeah,
you know what I mean, and let Otto Porter get the rest of those minutes, and go from there.
That seems fair.
Warriors
The Warriors are 6. Yeah,
we have Phoenix against.
Won't be no grittying around here.
But a little part of me wants Memphis to lose. Sorry, Memphis fans, but like that team is entirely too cocky, and some people like it, but for me, it rubs me the wrong way because y'all haven't done nothing yet.
Right.
You got to do something in order to, great playoff win. You got to beat Minnesota, even though the eye test would have told you, Minnesota should have won that series in 5. So but the Warriors will play down to Memphis. They're a way better team than Memphis. We'll play down to them, and these games will be closer than they should be. Phoenix, Dallas. Booker is back. Not fully healthy, but he's back.
It's also interesting because Phoenix struggled with New Orleans. New Orleans pushed them to 6. Could have been 7, but they pushed them to 6. Dallas is playing good basketball. Jalen Brunson is shining. He's going to get a bag this summer. And Dallas just has so many shooters.
If you took those 2 series, if you took the Utah series and the Pelican series, and you took those teams, and you would tell yourself Dallas is the better team, right? But it's like, will Phoenix lose this series? I just don't see it happening, bro. Like, it's just one of those things where like I don't never like to call it like sports like rigged or nothing like that.
Right.
But it just seemed like it's destined to be Phoenix Golden State in the conference finals. You know what I mean? And
I'm gonna go. You know what? I'm gonna go Phoenix in 6. Phoenix in 6 or 7. I want to say 6.
That's what my gut feeling is telling. My gut feeling is also Suns at 6. And I'm going to take that. Even though I feel like Dallas is playing better basketball and they're the better team.
Yeah.
Like, realistically, the matchups will tell you, like, Phoenix should struggle guarding Luka and Brunson. Dinwiddie, they should struggle holding these guys. But
I will say Aiton's going to struggle defensively.
Yeah, because they got Dallas plays a 5 out. And Cleveland is a shooter. So it's like Dallas playing a 5 out, Luka getting an ISO on Chris Paul it spells danger for you. If you're gonna put what's his dude? Bridges. If you're gonna put Bridges on Luka, I understand that, but
he's gonna look for the switch every time.
Yeah, he's coming for the switch.
And I'm going on the record to say I guarantee Jay Crowder's going to foul out at least 2 games in this series.
Realistically, Luka should put that team in foul trouble.
Yeah, and I think he will. But at the same token, I feel like Chris Paul's going to do the same thing.
Yeah. Well, we know how Chris Paul gets his.
Yeah. Freaking fish. Yeah.
That's our second round predictions, man. I think it'll be in there. I think this is Miami, Milwaukee, right?
Yeah.
This is the year where people slay their demons. You know what I mean? Like, realistically, Miami is an issue for Giannis.
Yes.
And Giannis can slay his demons by beating Miami. And then Chris Paul, his demons are the Warriors. So
are they?
Yeah, the Warriors have stood in Chris Paul's way twice now.
So many teams that's beating him, I couldn't tell.
Like, realistically, Houston should probably be should have won a chip at some point, but You know.
Yeah. Oh yeah, you're right. I forgot he was on Houston for a while. Yeah. I mean, yeah.
If the Warriors didn't exist, then yeah,
he still wouldn't have a ring, but he still wouldn't have a ring. But yeah, I mean, I think it's good for basketball. Brooklyn didn't make it to the next round.
Yeah. And when looking at it from a larger scope, like they weren't a put together team. They weren't ready to. It would have been such a weird, like, it'd been weird seeing Brooklyn get far because, like, you're like, how the hell did this team get here? I mean, we get it, KD and Kyrie, but the rest of the team is like come on, bro. Now, if they had Ben Simmons, they would have made sense, and they hadn't Ben Simmons playing.
I personally, I already chose Milwaukee to win the chip, but
I think we had the same finals winner, even though I'm a Warriors fan. See, I don't let my bias get in the way. I am rooting for them, but like, I just think Milwaukee is poised to go back to back.
I'm low key recruiting for Miami though. I really am. I like Miami. Yeah.
I'm starting to get mum on Butler though. You know what I mean? Like you get into it with your teammates everywhere you go.
I mean, but I feel like that's just how he is, and that gets the fire going because the communication and everything is good. Also, speaking about that, now that the light has been shined throughout the Atlanta series, the Victor Oladipo Jimmy Butler thing was not true.
Yeah. I don't know, sources, but that wasn't true, man. Maybe they did have, maybe when they was arguing and stuff, when Miami had that blow up, maybe something came of that, but.
Shout out Ball Sack Sports.
Yeah. You see the new one, Butt Crack Sports? They almost got me today. Butt Crack Sports almost got me. They said the shit about Zion.
Yeah, I saw that.
I was like, hey, this is a bit Zion could have played and he did. Then I saw who said it. I was like, you said it again. Yeah, but it's got me, Butt Crack Sports.
Nice one.
Yeah. Whoever making those accounts, damn you, because that should be looking so realistic.
Got niggas reading the source before they read it.
I have to check every time now. Like, who said this?
That's not Shams.
But Crack Sports. They got so many analysts on TV.
Yeah,
like,
I know.
I was like, oh my god. When they got Stephen A. Smith, that was an all-time classic.
Sources have told me.
He's like, according to sources, I'm here states about.
It's like, all right, nigga.
All right, man. So that, I mean, we'll see what happens, but that's just our predictions. We both picked the same champion for the end of the year. We'll see how that goes down. I hope I'm wrong. I hope the Warriors come out and win this thing, but I don't know. I just don't see how Milwaukee with that defense lets up off of anybody.
If Chris Paul wins a ring this year, that'll put him where, because he's already considered top 5 point guard, right?
Yeah.
So I don't know.
It would definitely boost him up to about.
Because he wouldn't be top 3 point guard. He wouldn't be a top.
Who's the 3 that we always like? Magic. It's Magic, Stephen. Who else?
Isaiah.
So yeah, and it'd be hard to put him. It'd be hard to put him over Isaiah. I would put him after Isaiah. He probably leapfrog Oscar. That's about it. But so many people need this ring though. Harden need this ring. Butler needs his ring. Steph needs his ring. Steph needs his ring, and Steph needs his final MVP.
I think that's what Steph needs more than anything, the finals MVP. I don't think Butler needs it, though.
But at the end of his career, Butler's going to need this ring.
But it's like, what are we going to benefit? Because nobody's going to respect Butler for winning that ring.
It would stake his claim as like one of the better shooting guards. if Butler can go into the finals, win, knock off Giannis, go and win the finals, win Finals MVP, it would solidify him as
a top 10
shooting guard.
I
mean, there's a
mean,
lot of shooting guards.
Exactly, but we only really notify 5 of them. Well,
it will actually put him like top 10, top 15 territory though. For a shooting guard to be Finals MVP, that hasn't happened in a long time.
Mm-hmm.
So, who was the last shooting guard to win Finals MVP? Kobe?
I want to say Kobe, Duncan, Bron, KD, Steph. Yeah, Kawhi. Yeah, Giannis. Yeah, I want to say Kobe.
Yes, I mean it hasn't happened in a long time. Chris Paul needs it,
What's the other thing that we're forgetting? Memphis, it wouldn't do nothing. It wouldn't
do. It'd be shocking. It'd be like, okay. It depends on who wins the Finals MVP.
It'd be annoying because we won't hear the end of it. I'm not gonna lie.
I definitely wouldn't let up. That nigga's active on Twitter.
What?
Follow Ja Morant if you don't already follow. Cause he is hilarious on Twitter.
What would it do for Boston?
It would solidify Tatum as a superstar.
That's what. I mean, didn't that first round already solidify that?
It told us that he can keep up with the KDs of the world, but it's just, would you feel comfortable putting Tatum in a top 5 conversation?
No.
That's what I'm saying. But if he goes and knocks off everybody, wins Finals MVP, then you can make that discussion.
Could you though?
As a current top 5, because top 5 changes every year.
Yeah, I mean, because I like to think of when it comes to me, I think of the top 5 as everybody's healthy, right? So every time I think of the top 5, nobody mentions Kawhi Leonard, even though I always have him number 2 or 3.
For me, top 5 changes on what you are doing currently, and just Kawhi has been hurt. I just can't put him in the top 5 no more. I feel like guys like Joker is a top 5 player right now.
So you got Bron, Giannis, KD, Jokic, Joel.
Yeah.
You got Luka.
Luka's right after that. Steph, Tatum. Tatum is
Steph. I forgot about Steph's not in the top 5 for you.
I just feel like Joel's outplayed Steph this year. I feel like Joker's outplayed Steph. If you want to make the argument for KD, you can make that argument. But we just know in terms of,
So you go off of what they're doing now. I guess what I do
is it changes season to season for me. Like season. Season.
I guess I assume because like the way I think of it is, even though Joel and B may have had a better season than Steph is still the better player.
Right. If you told me like who's their best players when fully healthy, if you phrase it that way, like who's your best players when fully healthy, I would tell you, it'd be the same top 5. It'd be Bron, KD, Steph, Kawhi, and whoever you want to put in that 5th spot. It's that 5th spot that's up for grabs.
Yeah.
So, it is what it is. All right. Do we have any news here? Some celebrity news?
Let's check the vault.
What did I see something? I think something about someone. Why do people give Doris Burke such a hard time, man? Let her be.
What? Seems like they love her.
Man, they be like, oh, Doris Burke is calling the game. They put that meme with the dude taking off the headphones.
Oh, I love it. I don't really care for Doris as a commentator, in my opinion. I don't know why, but Stan Van Gundy, I just like when he does commentary. I just like it because he nigga know what he be talking about.
He do. Great.
His coaching style isn't fit for this era of basketball, but he's still a good coach, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Yeah. In other news, Mark Jackson being a finalist for Sacramento. His head coaching job.
Yeah. Interesting hire. Mark Jackson, Steve Clifford, and Mike Brown. Finalists for that.
Mike Brown. I
I'm
would never
kind of
thought Mike Brown
scared.
even.
I'm kind of scared. I don't want to lose Mike Brown because he's who coaches our defense.
Yeah.
So I don't want to.
I would have never thought Mike Brown would have left. I would have never thought Mike Brown would even entertain leaving.
I think Steve Kirby encouraging these guys. He did it with Alvin Gentry. He did it with who else he did it with? But he be encouraging them to go get these jobs. It's like, man, Mike Brown's our defense though. Like,
I mean, I don't know. I mean, I mean, I don't have any other news. We can talk a little bit more about basketball. I'm curious to see what's your thoughts on what Utah should do.
Blow it up. You gotta trade either. But you trade Gobert because Mitchell's your star. But if Mitchell says he wants out, then you trade Mitchell. If Mitchell comes to tell you that he wants out, then you have to trade Mitchell and get the best deal back.
So apparently, the word on the street is that Dwayne Wade is a partial owner of Utah and has been secretly, possibly recruiting Donovan to go to Miami.
They would just quit. That's crazy. You sure you're not getting ball sacked there?
I checked it. It's not ball sack.
You want to make sure you don't get ball sacked. See, this is my problem with the Warriors. As I'm watching this Warriors game, like, they're letting Ja get the open cuts, and you know what I mean? If there's one person you want to make sure who's not going into the lane, it's Ja Morant.
I mean, yeah, because Minnesota made sure to do that the whole series.
Yeah. So, I mean, the Warriors just got to get together. They play down to the competition. They're doing that right now.
And as I watch Warrior games, I see Steph doesn't move off the ball like he used to.
And they got Steph guarding Bane, which is what is Steve Kerr doing, bro? You put Steph on Dylan Brooks, you put Clay on Bane. Bane's too damn swole to be getting guarded by.
Too big, nigga. Clay just be launching the joints.
Don't be giving a damn.
Right. Y'all already starting off 2 for 5.
They got the lead now.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, I mean, there was something I wanted to talk to you about. I forgot it. I completely forgot. I should have wrote it down. Well, that's how this podcast is going to go. We were just kind of winging it. We knew we were going to have Rio on. We appreciate him for coming on.
Yeah.
Like I said, don't forget to give him a follow. I could give y'all a conspiracy. I could hit y'all with it. Well, I don't.
Oh, yeah. Let's do it. Rio's conspiracy theory.
Now you put me on the spot. All right, let's see if I can. Did we talk about?
Check the whale.
That's going in there. He's running. He's running a little bit. Okay, I see you in there, little buddy. All right. Let's talk about. Have we talked about deja vu on here?
One time.
And what I think, like, my conspiracy on deja vu is.
You said something about we live in another life or another dimension, something like that.
Right. I think. Okay, I sound like crazy. When you said it out loud, it sounded so crazy. I think deja vu is, what do they call it? Split dimensions.
Mm.
So I think deja vu is you seeing yourself and then on another timeline. You know what I mean?
But it's not seeing yourself.
Like you seeing your the perception, your eyes. You're seeing. You're in another timeline. You've lived a different life, so you probably seen this person or been in this place just on a different timeline. You know what I mean? I don't know how many timelines there are, but if I'm guessing, you know, like even if there's just one other timeline, like I can't be the only person who's like damn, I've seen this person before somewhere. I just can't put my finger on it.
He's watching too much Spider-Man.
That's multiverse. That's different.
I know.
You know? But maybe, right? Maybe like, yeah, that maybe it is the multiverse. Maybe there is multiple universes.
Because I've thought about it a few times, and I've always thought maybe like when you say deja vu, maybe it's like I had a dream about this and then now it's hitting me. Because like in deja vu, you never remember like why you remember that.
Right. You just like damn, like I told you, when I first started working at the job I'm at now, I was chilling in the car and I was just like, I've been here before. I just couldn't remember how I've been here before. I was like, I seen this somewhere, and you think you saw it in a dream. You tell yourself, man, I think I dreamt this, something like that.
Yeah,
but you're not 1,000% certain. Sometimes, or you just what bugs me out is the people you see, like a complete stranger, and you be like, I know that person. I just don't know where I know them from.
I mean, I would think it's just like a dream, like you dreamt it. Because also, I ain't gonna call it a conspiracy, but like you know how when you dream and you wake up after like 5 or 10 minutes, you don't remember what you dreamed about.
That happens to me a lot. I just thought it was old age.
Right. Right. So I'm thinking that maybe you dreamt it, maybe whether it be a few months or years ago. Then it comes to real life and you like, I remember this, but it was actually a dream you had a while ago.
Yeah. But so maybe it's just, I don't know. Maybe it's just like not remembering. But like, why would you dream it? You know what I mean?
I mean, I always wanted that too, but you always know like you don't control your dreams really. You dream about the most random things.
Right. It's like, why would my dream put me in this location? And then I live that location in my actual life. It's a very weird, like maybe it's like connected somehow.
I mean, and I mean, this kind of not to segue from your thing, but I had a question like, you know how when you dream. And whether it be like you're in front of a group of people or you're talking to somebody that you never knew, who are these people?
That's what I'm saying. But like I saw something that said like when you see somebody in your dream, their face is like of like a bunch of people faces put together. Like you know what I mean?
I heard.
So it's like that, but that's weird, right? Like, wouldn't they face be all like deformed and shit? Like, why does it fit? Like, there's times where I see somebody, I'm like, this is an actual person, and like, right? It doesn't look deformed to me, and that happens a lot when I'm like, especially when I'm smashing in a dream. It'd be the most randomest. It'd be the most randomest girl. I'm like, who are you? I don't know, but I'm tearing this thing up.
Not like it matters or anything.
I was just asking.
Small talk.
But yeah, I don't know. I wish I had somebody to explain it to me. It's one of those things that I think will never be explained. And, it's just
another, like, this is like when it comes to stuff like this, you have so many questions. Because like I just thought of another question. It's one of those things where it's like some people know but will never tell, or just something that we'll never know.
Who has that answer? That I wonder. I mean, there's
What's in the closet.
There's other conspiracies out there that I know for a fact that like the higher ups, the elites of the world know the answer to. like Area 51. Like I know if you're an elite, I know you know what's in there. You probably got a grand tour of that, and you just can't say nothing.
My thing is like, why? What makes you feel like, oh, we ought to keep this tucked away for our sake?
I think they feel like if the world finds out about certain things, it would cause like our brains couldn't process it, and it would just cause anarchy, and it would make certain people want to like have that. Like
I agree.
Like
I agree.
like oh y'all got alien technology, we gotta have that. You gotta let us in on that.
You can't tell me nobody's attempted to make a ray gun. You can't tell me. Like
with a mystery box.
Right.
Oh! Desmond Bain just got done. He got his shit yammed on.
I must be behind.
Gary Payton the second. I'm glad y'all got my reaction live. He got his shit yammed on.
What's the score on your end?
12-10.
Yeah, you up on you a few like seconds up on me. Cause
they're gonna keep calling fouls for Ja. It's gonna be a long series.
Jaren just got a foul call.
Oh, that was nasty.
Yeah, okay. So they do something like, insert $1 for the mystery box.
That'd be crazy. I'd be all in that thing. Let me get this ray gun real quick.
I got a beer again. Damn it.
That's why I'd be like, man, you know how they say like movies imitate life and video games imitate. I feel like that's true. I feel like at somewhere like these things exist in some capacity. They just won't let us know about it. You know. What was that thing that we don't ever speak politics, but Trump was like he's like you couldn't, your eyes wouldn't even believe some of the things I've like saw. And he said when he was president.
That could mean so many things.
Right, like, but it's like
exactly.
Like what did this nigga see, bro?
that could mean so many different things. But I mean, it's one of the things like I just want to know, like what y'all niggas found, or what if it's like a big hoax? They never found anything. They just got us. Our anticipation just
gassing us.
It
could be gas. What they call it, gaslighting.
Yeah,
it could be. That could be it.
What if they got Caesar, a talking monkey?
Be crazy.
All right, we got to get off this because there's so many nerd questions, yo. That's crazy.
Your mind starts to wonder, and you're like, "Damn, am I going crazy here? As my camera goes blurry, they're trying to silence us.
They're on to us.
Yeah, my camera actually going blurry. It's crazy. There we go. All right, you got a question of the day for people, even though we've asked like 4 or 5 questions already.
All right, let's see what I can. They can't get my pocket here.
Yeah, you got to go to the well now.
Okay, this is a good one. All right. Do you think the people that everyone calls crazy are actually geniuses? For example, I have two examples I can think off the top of my head. Kanye, Antonio Brown.
I do think there's a method to their madness. I do think like, yeah, if you ain't never heard something or seen something before, you're gonna be like, man, this is crazy. It pans out, you like, they're actually a genius. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Albert Einstein, I'm sure back then people were looking at him like, yo, this dude, he's he's probably a wizard or a witch. We're gonna burn him up at the first chance we get.
Right.
You know, our Einstein is up there writing numbers and equations. Everybody probably looking at him like, what are you talking about right now?
Exactly.
But we call him the smartest man to ever exist. So, yeah, I think there's a method to the madness. I think you got to seem a little crazy to somebody to eventually be called a genius at some point. That's that, and that's with anything, right? Like the guy who invented basketball. Yeah, you crazy. This sport will never pan out.
Yeah.
And then basketball evolves into what it is today. And like, okay, dude is a genius. Like,
exactly.
Elon Musk. Like, the crazy shit Elon Musk be saying is like, this man's crazy, bro. Like, the name he gave his daughter and son is like, this dude's wild. But Elon just bought Twitter for all that money. So
I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing.
Listen, if it's a good thing, Elon, hit your boy with the verified. You know, what I'm saying? Like,
right.
Go ahead. If you mean good for the people, you would give your boy a verified.
Yeah, I found a video. I found a video that was very interesting. Somebody went under one of Elon Musk's tweets and posted an old video of Kanye from maybe 4 years ago. I don't know if you saw it. He was in a conference room and he's on top of a table and he said, if Elon Musk has a bad day, we have a bad life. I don't know what that means. But for him to have Twitter now, and Twitter being probably the most popular, social media platform, I don't know what that means.
That's why, like, a lot of people they'll follow Elon to the end. A lot of people are like, I don't trust this dude. I don't know. You know, they say the people with the most money are the ones you can't trust. So, like, I don't know what to say. He said he comes off as like meaning good for the people, you know?
Yeah.
But I don't know.
So did Sleepy Joe.
Right. But he's just old. You know what I mean?
That nigga ain't paid off no student loan. Not a single one.
Like he's just old, and yeah, that like, come on, bro. You can't promise people that and not do it. Like, you promised them that.
And you know what's crazy? Go ahead, do your thing. I'll tell you that after.
No, I was just saying, I know politicians promise things and don't go through with it, but that's a big deal. Like, you was like, we're gonna give y'all that, and then you don't follow through. Now, the people with the student loans,
you're in debt.
That's crazy. But go ahead, what you want to say?
I was just thinking while we're talking about Elon Musk. You know who's been very quiet lately? Jeff Bezos. What's his name?
Jeff Bezos.
Dude's been very quiet lately.
Yeah, he saw Elon.
I don't like it.
He saw Elon making moves. He was like, I ain't got nothing, not a move like that to make. They ain't trying to sell me nothing.
Come on, we got to get Instagram or something.
He a villain anyway. He looked like a 007 villain. Those Amazon workers out there bleeding to the knuckles trying to get packages out there. And this nigga's like, you should be able to live with this much money. Like,
you should be able to do. Like, no, nigga.
Like,
I ain't seen my kids in 3 weeks.
It's crazy because like they're like, Jeff, you just your quarterly earnings came in. You just made another $40 billion. You could stand to pay your workers $2 more, and he's like, $2.
Install some new AC vents.
Put some bigger fans in there. That'll cheer them up for the holidays.
They'll be grateful.
That nigga
with your water cups.
He's not buzzing on nothing. Them Amazon workers be protesting, suing. You're like, all right, you're gonna go back in there and sweat anyway.
Right. Nigga is not worried.
These people gotta get their Prime packages somehow. Who do you think they're gonna be mad at? Me or you?
That's what I thought. Now get back in there.
I feel like that's how he talks to people too.
That's crazy.
Jeff Bezos is a villain, and Elon must be having beef with him, which would be hilarious.
That's so dumb.
But billionaires. I try not to get to that billionaire stuff. I'm just not on their level.
Not
Can't
yet.
relate. Yeah, not yet. Yeah, not yet. Let's hope so. Let's hope so.
Yeah.
All right, man. Let's get out of here. Finna go watch this Warriors game as we are losing now. So crazy. Yeah, man. We want to give another thanks and shout out to Rio Robison for joining us on this episode.
Yeah, he will be back.
He will be back. He's a busy man, so he had things to do, and we couldn't have him on for too long. Next time,
right?
It'll be better, we promise. And don't forget to give him a follow as well. Follow him, Rio Robison, Rambling with Rio on YouTube, or you can type in his name, Rio Robison. It should come up. I'll put the link in the description down below as well. Don't forget to give us a like and a follow. Subscribe to the channel if you're new. Follow us on these beautiful platforms that we have below us. We're also on Facebook podcasts. Don't ask me how it works. We're on there.
Figure it out yourself.
Follow us on our socials. Those links will be in the description down below as well. And Kev, you want to shed some light for the people?
Yeah. Leave a comment section on what y'all think about the crazy quote unquote terms that are used for the people that are possibly called geniuses.
Yeah.
Let
me know what y'all think about this whole deja vu thing too.
Yeah.
I want to hear other people's opinion. I can't be crazy out here thinking things. There's other crazy. If I'm crazy, I'm a genius, right? So it works out for me, and
don't do drugs.
MegaCon. We'll be at MegaCon on May 21st. It is a Saturday, I believe, and we'll be there. If you see us, run into us, say hi.
Something.
Yeah, we won't bite.
$5 a picture though.
That's crazy. We won't bite. We swear. Yeah,
unless you bite us.
All right. Without further ado, man. That's gonna do it for us. Once again, we are your hosts. I'm Rio 1.
I'm K.
Remember, man, if it ain't legit, wait.
It ain't us. It ain't legit. God.
Old age and tiredness and the game is on. I'm distracted. If it ain't us, it ain't legit. We out.